How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? That sounds a little bit better. You sound like you're doing good. I'm not gonna be in your way long because I have to get to work. So I'm gonna spit two pieces and then I'm gonna get out of your way. The first piece is called Emancipation Proclamation, and it seems like it's a piece that's written about relationships, but it's about relationships that are in jeopardy, relationships that are unhealthy, relationships that you need to fight your way out of, and sometimes you don't want to fight anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? I won't cry for you. I know hate is a seed that doesn't have to be deeply planted to grow wild. I won't water your garden to sit in a field of nightmares, wishing that my subconscious was deaf mute so I could dream in peace. I won't live with you in your glass house, windows made from sand and self-loathing, throwing rocks from the inside, waiting for an implosion, unafraid of storm clouds hovering over because you're waiting for it to rain shards of hope into your living room sofa so you can sit on a happy thought. I'm selling my stock in Oregon chalk because I refuse to steam clean your curtains made from promises twice run through a heavy-duty paper shredder, pulling up the Persian rug because your Persian kitten left piddle. I'm going into the kitchen and loading the dishwasher because that's the only time your glass is half full. I'll be back with a mop and an empty bucket so you can mop up the spilled milk on your hardwood. You are never satisfied. You are a simple sentence trying to use complex verbs, but I won't be your missing participle. I won't be another particle of dust shifted from mantle to coffee table because I've gone from prize portrait to outdated periodical. I won't be your mirror. I see me when I look at you, and I am tired of reflecting resentment. There's been only negative return on this investment. We're in the red, swimming in a sea of emotional debt. We need Moses to come part us. Leave our story on the ocean's floor like Pharaoh's army. I want to be where you can't find me. I want to be a grain of sand in the middle of the Serengeti at midnight in the sandstorm, get caught in the coyote's farm, be shaking free at an embankment. I want to be planted. You want me to be a planter, but I won't stand to have any more dirt thrown in my direction. I won't let you use me as a shovel to dig a pit of self-pity. It's time for you to bury your misconceptions. Time for you to stop blaming me for your life's rejections. Stop telling a sob story. I won't be the punctuation at the end of your woe is me paragraph. Period. I won't be the Kleenex to dry the tears in the aftermath of your insanity. I won't be your poorly handled, half-hearted donations of love. You're not the Salvation Army and I'm not your charity. I won't be your sheep and you can't be my shepherd, leading me to become someone's dinner under the false pretense of needing my water to keep you warm. I won't protect you. I won't give you what you've withheld from me. I won't be your blanket or your security guard. I'm not your security. If I soaked my prayers in bleach, it still couldn't disinfect my soul. So I keep asking for forgiveness because I don't want to see you in eternity. I keep trying to forget because I don't want to see you in my memory. But I won't hate you. I won't give you the satisfaction of having morphed into you. I won't water your garden with my tears or help farm your plantation of self-destruction. I've been enslaved by your misery for too long, and this is my Emancipation Proclamation. Thank you. This next piece is called Indictment, and it speaks for itself. Indictment, noun. Definition 1, a formal charge or accusation of a serious crime. Definition 2, a thing that serves to illustrate that a system or situation is bad and deserves to be condemned. Complacent, adjective, showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievements. Complicit, adjective, involved with others in an illegal activity or wrongdoing. Placate, verb, make someone less angry or hostile. Duress, noun, compulsion by threat or violence, coercion. Pandering, verb, gratify or indulge an immoral or distasteful desire, need or habit, or a person with such a desire, etc. Prevaricate, verb, to speak or act in an evasive way. It also means to lie. ADOS, African descendants of slaves. BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, people of color. To whom it may concern, and those pretending to not fall under this umbrella. Notice is hereby given that we the people, the ADOS, the BIPOC, the melanated, the invaded, separated, and devastated, the underserved and disrespected are past asking for your attention. It is to your behest to listen. You hear us like Charlie Brown hears teacher, but only gear up to listen when unrest reaches the borderline of your comfort zone. You respect protest as long as it is at an inaudible volume, not prior to the game or match you want to watch, not threatening the closing of your favorite store that invests money spent by the oppressed, depressed, and more often than not operating under duress into the campaigns and corporations of those that only value the spending power but not the humanity of the people they claim to serve. I suggest you listen. We are not interested in your permission to exist. My life was not granted by the Constitution, neither its alleged upholders that seek to sidestep and circumvent the tenets thereof, and as such, the value of my life should neither thereby be measured. I am not speaking to those on whom this language will be lost. Rather, to those pandering and or prevaricating interchangeably, intermittently, in no particular order, solely for the good of greed and self-serving. As for the rest of you, the same way you are millennia past actions that transpired 400 years ago, 200 years ago, 100 years ago, 60 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 months ago, 20 days ago, yesterday. We, the people, are 5 meg annum. A meg annum is 1 million years. We are 5 meg annum past your complicity and willful ignorance. This is not solely an indictment on blue uniforms or blue walls held together by the plasma of spilled black blood. This is not just a calling out of the black-robed who signed off on marching and or execution orders of black lives. This is not only a condemnation of the politicians who are eternally enshrouded in scandal, represent areas they neither respect nor reside in, or who are simply clout chasers who want the recognition and exception granting that comes with title. Y'all gotta bear with me, I wrote this today. This is not a roll call of every name of every son, daughter, mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, or elder who is now an ancestor, because the truth is, most won't commit those names to memory anyway. This is a public rebuke of everyone who prioritizes which lives matter while silently agreeing with black lives being snuffed out by aligning with justifications of non-compliance, even when they see compliance. This is an admonishment to people who say, I don't know what it's like to be black, but know that there is an inherent difference in the way black people are treated in this country and throughout the world. This is reproach of every person that says, I'm not racist, I have black friends, but only feels like injustice is real if they themselves have personally confirmed it. Kind of like privilege trying to explain disparity but not recognizing or understanding privilege. You are complacent in a system of oppression. You are complicit in human and civil rights obstruction and violation. The indictment is that you are not only part of the problem, you are the problem. Your insistence upon us, the people, educating you to your egregious acts is more indicative of you daring us to prove that we were wronged, how we were wronged, when we were wronged, if we were wronged, and what's so wrong with the way it is. Then you not only acknowledging that the playing field is not level, but that it would be significantly more inconvenient for you if it were, and that disruption to your peace is unacceptable and non-negotiable. You have been made aware of the charges being brought forth against you. You have heard the outcry of the people for centuries. You have ignored it or tried to placate the people with empty promises and cheesecloth policy. You should have taken notes. There's more to come, but there will be no further advisories. If you choose not to heed the warning, you are opting to feel the wrath. I know you hear me. Are you finally listening? My name is Passion, No Last Necessary.